So in this video, we're going to finish up some of the notes that we were taking on Friday, talking about inequalities in two triangles first. So inequalities in two triangles. There's a lot going on. We call it the hinge theorem. So what that means is if you have two triangles and we've got two sets of sides that are congruent, so that's what we have right there. You can compare the third side by looking at the angle in the middle. So angle A and angle D. If angle A is bigger than angle D, then the side across is going to be bigger. So if this angle is bigger, then the side across from it's bigger. If this angle is smaller, then this side is going to be smaller. So, in other words, if angle A is bigger than angle D, then side BC is bigger than side EF. And then you can also reverse it and compare the angles. So, once again, starting off with two triangles that have two sets of congruent sides. So that's what we're looking at right now. If we look at the third side, so if side BC, if this side is bigger than EF, then the angle A, is going to be bigger than angle D. So let's look at some examples using this. So we have two sides that are congruent. We've got 9 and 9, and then 15 and 15. So we're trying to compare side KL and side PM. Which one is going to be bigger, which one's going to be smaller. So we want to use either greater than or less than. So we want to look at the angle that's in the middle of the two sides that we know. So the angles we're looking at are 79 and 74. So since 79 is bigger than 74, this side's going to be bigger. The one that's in that triangle, the one that's across from the bigger angle. So KL is bigger than PM. So we're going to use our greater than symbol. Remember, your symbol always wants to eat the bigger side or the bigger angle. Think back to when you were younger and you used the alligator mouth to compare the numbers. It's always eating the bigger. Let's look at example 3. So with example 3, we have to remember, like when we talked about congruent triangles, when they share a side, that side is congruent. So maybe it'll be helpful for you to draw the triangles separately, drawn apart. So this was 3, this was 3, and then they shared this side. So that side's congruent, and these sides were congruent because they're both 3. Now we're looking at the angles. We want the angle to be in between the congruent sides. So the 53 is in between the congruent sides, but the 93 is not. We need to figure out what this angle is first. So using our triangle sum, subtract those from 180, and that gives us 55. So this angle that's in between the two sides is 55 degrees. So now we want to compare the angles to see which sides are bigger. So we're looking at 53 and 55. 55 is bigger, so the side across from 55 is going to be the bigger side. So XY is bigger than WX. Remember, we want to make sure that that gator mouth is eating the bigger side. So let's look at example 5. Here we're going to be comparing the angles. So we want to find the two sets of sides that are the same. So we have 25 and 25 and 16 and 16. So now we want to compare that third side that's different. So we're looking at 33 and 35. 35 is bigger. So angle D is going to be the bigger angle. So angle D is greater than angle H. So let's look at example 7. Once again, we're looking at comparing angles. So they share that side. That side's going to be the same. If it helps, draw the triangles separately. So this side and this side are the same. They're congruent. And then the 17ths are congruent. So now we're comparing the third side that is different here and here. So we're looking at 14 and 13. 14 is bigger. So the angle that is across from 14 is going to be our bigger angle. That is angle SQT or TQS. So angle TQS is our bigger angle. So angle RSQ is less than angle TQS. So now we're going to look at triangle inequalities and algebra using some equations to compare the sides and the angles of triangles. So the first one we're going to look at is number 8. Number 8 says, list the sides of triangle JKL in order from least to greatest if they give you the measurements of the three angles. So remember, all three angles in a triangle add to 180. So we're going to take those three angles and we're going to add them to 180. So 2x plus 6 plus 10x minus 11 plus 3x minus 10 has to equal 180. Now combine your like terms to solve for x, and we get 15x minus 15 is going to equal 180. 15x equals 195. X is 13. Now that we have x, we're going to plug that back into each of our angles to figure out what each angle is. So let's plug in. So we're going to have 2 times 13 plus 6, 10 times 13 minus 11, and 3 times 13 minus 10. Here we're going to get 32. Here we're going to get 119. And the last one's going to give us 29. So this is angle J, angle K, and angle O. If you draw a triangle, J, K, L, 32, 119, 29. Now remember, the largest angle is across from the largest side, so we're going to use that to order our sides. So this is our largest, this is our medium, and this is our small. So now to go in order from least to greatest would be JK, KL, and JL. We go in order from smallest to largest. And the last example I want to look at is example 10. So here we have the sides of a triangle and the perimeter. So the sides of the triangle if you add them all together, has to equal the perimeter. So now we're going to solve for x. 16x plus 14 is going to equal 78. So 16x is going to equal 64. X is going to equal 4. Now that I have my x value, we're going to plug that into each side so we can figure out the lengths of those sides of the triangle. So we have 5 times 4 plus 7, 9 times 4 minus 16, and 2 times 4 plus 23. So here we're going to have 27. So that is side RS. Here we're going to have 20. So that is ST. Here we're going to have 31, and that is RT. So draw a triangle, RST. RS is 27, ST is 20, and then RT is 31. So across from the smallest side is the smallest angle, the largest side is the largest angle. So we're going in order from least to greatest. My smallest side, 20, so this is my smallest angle. My next would be 27, so this is my medium angle. And then the largest is 31, so that is my largest angle. So now we're going to put them in order from least to greatest. So that would be angle R is the smallest, angle T is medium, and angle S is the largest. And that's it for this video.